Coverage begins tonight at 10:30 Eastern with
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela. Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals. Heaters burn late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
St. Arnold, they have a beer for everyone. They also have a space for everyone. Lance Zerline here. If you're planning a wedding, company party, or birthday bash, St. Arnold has a space for you. For events with 20 to 300 people, choose the Cozy Investors Pub or the spacious beer hall. Enjoy fresh St. Arnold beer, plus wine, cider, root beer. Their in-house chef creates everything from appetizers to full feasts. Book your holiday party now for prime dates. Visit StArnold.com, click private events. Make sure you go to StArnold.com, click private events.
It's your guy, Sean, with Greenlight Offer, and guess what? We are still buying houses at fair prices. If you own a house and want to sell it fast in the most simplest way, I'm your guy. Call me today at 832-779-4000. We buy houses in any condition, any price range, in any location in the Texas area. Every single month, every single weekend, every single day, we are doing two things, Houston, and that's helping homeowners like yourself with their property problems and buying houses. In 2024, we bought 138 houses, and we want to buy more. We buy inherited houses, vacant houses, pretty houses, not so pretty houses, behind in payment houses. We even bought my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. We buy them all. We will buy your house in as-is condition. No repairs needed, no clean out, and we will pay for movers to help you move. Call me at 832-779-4000 for a same-day offer. That's 832-779-4000. Call for Sean with Greenlight Offer, and I'll get your Greenlight number on your house today. Woo!
Come experience the all-new vibe at Trulux. Beautifully renovated and better than ever. Don't miss Stone Crab Mondays. Sweet, succulent, and sustainable. Our medium claws are buy one, get one half price all day. Unwind in our newly renovated bar for our half-off happy hour and try our bold $59 three-course menu with seasonal favorites. Power lunching? We've got you. 2 courses for only $36. Fast, fresh, and unforgettable. Come see and taste what's new at Trulux, Ocean's finest seafood and crab. Your table is waiting.
This is ESPN 97.5, brought to you by Zata Jewelers.
KFNC 97.9 HD2, Mont Bellevue, Houston, a Gal Media station.
This is the Charlie Epps Golf Hour on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
Powered by Insperity.
Now from the Veritex Community Bank Studios, here's Will Doctor and the golf doctor himself, Charlie Epps.
Good Saturday morning, golf fans. Ready to roll. Thanks to our friends at Insperity. Visit Insperity.com for powerful HR solutions with exceptional fall-through. Great to have you aboard as we dive into what's happening in the world of golf. Couple pro tournaments going on, here during the football season. You've got the Open de France, which is live on Golf Channel right now at St. Nam, just outside of Paris. Marcus Armitage in the lead at 12 under. A couple familiar names. They're creeping up on the leader. Minwoo Lee is in solo second at 11 under. American Michael Kim and Guido Migliozzi are in a tie for third at 9 under. Brooks Koepka is in a three-way tie at 8 under. So we'll get to the coverage from France. You also have the Walmart NW Arkansas Championship. Stacey Lewis announcing her retirement. We'll get to that. American Sarah Schmelzel is in a share of the lead there in Arkansas. Charlie, great to be with you this morning. You've just returned from 2 of the game's cathedrals.
Yes, sir. We went up there for a little visit to Michigan, Pure Michigan. We went to Oakland Hills, incredible piece of real estate. They had a tragedy 4 years ago. Their clubhouse burnt down, and it's only 100,000 square feet.
And how old was that clubhouse?
Oh,
One of the oldest in the country.
right.
I mean, still the original build.
Yeah, yeah. And so they're right ready. Their construction is done, and they're going to move in this February. It's quite an accomplishment.
You left Tuesday. You go up there every year, Charlie,
Yes.
to Oakland Hills and Inverness.
Yes.
You play golf, and there is a little reception for you from the professionals up there. Is that right?
Well, we have some good friends up there,
Yeah.
and over the years, that's when I returned from Argentina. My dad was transferred down to Toledo, Ohio, where the Jeep factory is, and so I started my American stay back in Toledo in 1963, and I learned a lot. It was great. The pro at Inverness, Herman Lang, was just such a gentleman, and he treated me so nicely, and the members at Inverness. So I got great memories, and my best friend in Toledo's name is Chuck Duck.
Chuck Duck.
Chuck Duck was just a great friend. His father worked at the Jeep factory along with my dad, and so Chuck was a welcoming committee, and he taught me a lot of good stuff. But we had some fun. We had some fun with Chuck.
He's still here? Did you?
No. He passed away, unfortunately. But he was a good guy. He loved golf, but he wasn't very good. But he was a good social chairman.
Knew how to host.
Yes.
Yeah. Was he a military man?
No. He was just a local kid from Toledo, Ohio.
Unbelievable. I mean, Oakland Hills and Inverness.
Oakland Hills, and there wasn't a blade of grass out of place. And they still have a full tee sheet, and they took us. Steve Brady, the golf professional there, my friend, he took us for a tour through all of the mechanics of what it takes to have machinery ready every day at a country club when you want pristine conditions. And they have a special room where they sharpen the blades of all of the machines that cut the greens. And they have to be, it's run by computer, and it have to be the same, so the speed's going to be the same, So they've done everything to the nth degree as far as course maintenance, and it takes them 50 to 60 guys to work there, to maintain that 36-hole complex, and it's just magnificent.
You don't see any other agronomy teams, taking that additional step to make sure everything's perfect. Sharpening their tools.
Augusta.
Yeah.
The blades are, that's the most important part of the machinery. The motor makes them go, but the blades have to be taken care of completely, because sometimes there's a little sand on the greens, and the sand will dull that blade real quick. So you got to be very careful if you want perfection.
The thing that I was most surprised about in my visit to the Masters in 2017, not only was a blade of grass not out of place, all the pine straw was cut to the exact same length. All the pine straw was the same length. I've never seen anything like that. Charlie, let's play a little game of Were You There as far as Oakland Hills and Inverness is concerned.
Yes.
Because you look at the resume of the championships these two courses have hosted.
Yes.
Unbelievable, between U.S. Opens and PGA Championships, Solheim Cups.
Ryder Cup.
1951 U.S. Open. Your friend Ben Hogan. You're coming out with a book, Charlie.
Yes.
You knew Hogan.
Yes.
You had a picture right next to him.
Yes.
It's one of the best pictures we've ever seen. Do you recall the 51 U.S. Open when he won?
I was in Argentina. No, I wasn't living in Michigan. I was a young man. I was born in 44. So I don't. Was that Marion?
That was Oakland Hills.
Oakland Hills. Okay.
1951.
Yeah, I was in Michigan, but I wasn't into golf at that time.
Yes. That was Hogan's third U.S. Open. Fast forward to 57.
Yes.
U.S. Open goes back to Ohio. This time Inverness.
Yes.
Dick Mayer.
Dick Mayer. Yes.
Outlast Kerry Middlecoff.
Right.
18-hole playoff.
Yes.
Pretty good U.S. Open there, huh?
Pretty good U.S. Open, yes, sir. The original golf course at Inverness. It was a Donald Ross golf course. It's a great piece of property. That's one thing about Ohio golf courses. They're so good because the Ohio terrain has enough relief in it. There's creeks and there's beautiful trees and there's some elevation changes but you don't need a bulldozer to make a golf course in Ohio.
And the bent grass there is just it's
bent
the best
grass
in the world.
Is really the perfect temperature.
Now you said between 57 and now, are we looking at a different golf course in Inverness? Has there been changes made
Yes,
since
there's been
then?
a lot of changes because the one thing in the original Inverness was self-contained, and it was, you walked from one green to the tee, and the tee was just 10 yards off the green.
I love that.
So there wasn't enough room for gallery, so they had to make it. They had terrain, so they asked Tom Fazio to come in and redo it. And sure, you can't you couldn't keep it the same, but it was a great golf course for the ladies in the Solheim Cup. That was a very successful event in Toledo, and then it was been very successful U.S. Opens and PGAs. I played in the PGA there in '86 when Bob Tway won, made it out of the bunker. Paul Azinger. Also, he won there in '93.
Yeah.
It was Nicklaus's first course at a U.S. Open. He missed the cut like in '57. So great traditional golf course and a membership that just loves being host to major championships. They understand, a good golf course such as Inverness is it has to have competition. And to watch the high school kids there, the NCAA championship, Texas A&M won there. They've had the Solheim Cup and then the championships, the old Inverness Cup, where they had all of the old-time guys come in and play an exhibition. It's just rich in tradition. It's just a lovely club and a lovely golf course.
Yeah, I was amazed when I went back and looked at the history. As you said, Fazio came in '77 to Inverness, and in preparation for the '79 U.S. Open.
Right, won by Hal Irwin.
There you go. Hit Hale's second U.S. Open. Were you there for that?
No, I missed qualifying by one shot. I was a pro at Houston Country Club
wow.
at the time. Yeah, they had.
So you went up there. What was the qualifier up there or down here in Houston?
No, down here. Okay. He was out at Champions. But
any regrets from that round? Or did you play a pretty clean?
No, I played hard. I played hard. Sure, I made some hiccups, but I qualified for 2 U.S. Opens.
Charlie, how about the way Inverness was just not too kind to one Greg Norman? I mean, '86 at Inverness, the PGA, as aforementioned, Tway stuns Norman with that unforgettable bunker shot. '93, Azinger beats Norman in a playoff for his only major. Inverness was not too kind to Greg, Charlie.
No, and Greg played it well. I mean, '86, Greg Norman, he was the leader of all 4 majors and didn't win one. So he had some trouble of his own coming in, and it wasn't the shot that, although Tway, holed his bunker shot on the 72nd hole. Azinger, caught him in a surprise. He was, I think, Norman had like a 3-shot lead with 3 holes to go, and Zinger put it to him. So Norman, you don't have to have any sympathy for Norman because some of the times, he was really aggressive. His game was the driver, so he would never not hit a driver. And so, the stories are told on the greens,
Last question for you as far as Oakland Hills and Inverness. I was reading about the '96 U.S. Open at Oakland Hills.
Yes.
How about Steve Jones? I mean, has this devastating dirt bike accident.
Yes.
and then comes back. I mean, it's a Hogan-esque comeback.
Yes.
Gets through sectional qualifying to go to Oakland Hills and wins. Did you get a chance to meet Steve Jones at all?
Yeah, Jones was a nice kid. He was good. He reminded me right now. It's Scotty Scheffler. He was about that size.
Wow.
6'3", big guy, big hands, and he could hit the golf ball. And he put it to him. He beat Davis Love
in '96.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just a remarkable story. I mean, I would have to go back. You do not hear many sectional qualifiers winning the U.S. Open. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Not Chad. Did Chad Campbell get through sectionals? I'll look at that over break. Charlie. In the next segment, we'll get to the Ryder Cup at Bethpage. We'll dig deeper into some matchups, some strategy. We'll get to some questions for Charlie. We also have to go over the fact that the PGA Tour is being forced to move its 2026 season opener away from Kapalua, Maui County, in the middle of a massive drought affecting more than 140,000 residents. There's no water for golf, Charlie. We'll get to that on the other side. But first, we've got some business owners who feel like the walls are closing in, Charlie, that the obstacles to growing their business are a bit overwhelming, especially here in 2025. Harder to start a business than ever. They need some help as far as their HR and payroll are concerned, and you have the answer.
They have the answer, and they just signed for another ambassador. You know, they signed Arnold Palmer, which really put them on the map. And
that was their first. That was their first ambassador in the '80s.
Right.
You fast forward to 25, and who have they signed, Charlie?
A guy named Tiger Woods. You know, and they have a lot in common because, you know, Tiger's got quite a few businesses going on.
Yeah.
And so they're going to help him with his businesses and also get his expertise in golf and keep him involved. And Tiger is very happy to be involved with Paul Sarvati, who is the owner and chairman of the company. That's you know, a $7 billion company, and they're magical with small business, and they want small businesses to succeed so
communities can prosper.
Great,
excellent slogan.
Good philosophy.
Excellent slogan, Charlie. I mean, 30 plus years of experience. They're putting that to work, helping businesses with their human resources, from HR training to admin and compliance. You add in competitive benefit options for your employees, and suddenly you've expanded your HR capabilities with Insperity. Once again, visit Insperity.com to upgrade your HR performance. Tell them Charlie and Will sent you. This is the Charlie Epps Golf Hour presented by Insperity. Back after this.
You're listening to the Charlie Epps Golf Hour on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
Powered by Insperity.
From the Veritex Community Bank Studios, here's Will Doctor and the Golf Doctor himself, Charlie Epps.
The last Ryder Cup in New York was back in 1995 at Oak Hill in Rochester, where Team Europe edged the U.S. by a single point. Since then, we've seen some unforgettable championships in the Empire State, more specifically Bethpage. 2022 U.S. Open, Tiger beat Phil Mickelson by 3. 2009 U.S. Open, Charlie, your guy Lucas Glover outlasted Phil Mickelson and David Duval and Ricky Barnes by 2 for his lone major. Couple editions of the Barclays there at Bethpage in 2012 and 2016. Patrick Reed won in 16. And, of course, Brooks Koepka wins over Dustin Johnson at the 2019 PGA, which was Koepka's third of 5 majors. 2019 PGA was at Bethpage. So, Charlie, with all that history, with the new era of louder and bolder crowds, players aren't afraid to speak out. How wild do you expect the New York fans to be next week at Bethpage Black?
That's the $64 question. I really personally believe that the New York golfer has much more respect for the game than the New York Yankee fans.
There you go.
And so if the golfers are a different breed, you know, they price the tickets pretty expensive, but for the most part, I think, you know, people, you know, you go to the Masters and they have it well controlled and they have enough force, police, you know, and guards to monitor, you know, certain situations. And I don't think it's going to get out of hand. There'll be some yelling, sure, but it'll be muffled real quick.
They call Bethpage the People's Club, Charlie.
Yes,
we read
yes.
about people arriving there at 3 a.m. to get to their tee times. As you just said, you don't see that in many other places of the country. I
Right.
mean, and the community that's gathered in the parking lot,
Yeah.
people are setting up tents, having beers. It's a special place.
It's a special place, and this is a special tournament. And sure, we want the home court advantage. I mean, the crowds at the Ryder Cups in England and in Scotland, their crowds are vocal at some point in time, but they're respectful of the game, and I think that's what's going to happen at the Ryder Cup. The people are going to watch great golf, and they're going to respect, and they're not going to disrupt the players' thinking or play just because they want to be a smartass.
2022 U.S. Open at Bethpage, won
Yes.
by Tiger. You were there with Blaine McAllister. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yes.
What do you recall about that week?
I walked through the crowds, and they weren't that bad. I heard a few, you know, more remarks I wish I hadn't heard, but some of them are funny. But
Yeah.
but there's plenty of women around.
But a championship layout that you were very impressed with.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful golf course. It's a beautiful piece of land. You know, there's 4 golf courses right there in the park. I mean, it's a beautiful place for everybody in New York to enjoy, and I think they're going to want to have you know, more of these Ryder Cups back. So I think they're going to behave themselves.
Yeah, and I hope they stay in large cities, Charlie, where everyone can get out and
Yep.
and see the tournament. I think that's a very special aspect of the Ryder Cup returning to New York. We got a little preview last week on both sides of the ponds. Here in the U.S., Scottie Scheffler captured his 19th career PGA Tour title at the Procore. Charlie, it's his second straight season with 6 wins, and he drew a massive Sunday audience, 440,000 tuned in on Sunday, which, you know, to football, college football fans, that is not a big number, but it is the fall PGA Tour season, you know, and viewership in golf. It's, you know, when you look back at last year's Procore, Scottie Scheffler this year, he brought in 500,000 viewers. Last year, Patton Kizzaire's win brought in 104,000 viewers.
Yep.
As we heard from Jim Nantz a couple weeks ago, live on this show, the viewership in golf, as far as watching professional golf, it's back in 2025.
Yeah, I'd like to know how many recordings of that event and watch later.
Yeah. Well, so what the PGA Tour does, Charlie, is they have a YouTube channel where they condense the final round,
right,
without commercials, without having to watch a player, go through their 2-minute pre-shot routine, a la Patrick Cantlay. I could do a search right now, if you give me a couple minutes, to see how many views that the final round highlights has on YouTube. So I'll check on that. Across the Atlantic, Alex Noren.
Alex Noren, interesting player there.
How about his golf swing?
His golf swing.
You ever seen anyone exit left as hard as Alex Noren?
No. He's got a couple different things he works on, and he hits down on the ball. He doesn't make divots. He makes canyons. He's a digger of all sorts, and he's talented, but he's really never won anything.
Yeah, no, he has not won a PGA Tour event. He's been over here for the better part of 12 years now. The win that Noren had at the BMW PGA last week was his second European win in his last 3 starts, but he was out with injury most of the year, so he did not make the European Ryder Cup team. He is going as a co-captain, but those were 2 powerhouse performances on both sides of the pond. Starting with the Pro Core and just going down the results of those who are on the Ryder Cup team. Scotty Scheffler won at 19 under. Ben Griffin, he's on the Ryder Cup team.
He showed his moxie.
Yeah, 18 under, had a chance to win the tournament on 18. JJ Spawn, he keeps it rolling.
JJ is having a heck of a career. I'm really happy for him. I don't know that much about the young man, but he has proven that he can golf his golf ball and make some putts at the right time. So my hat's off to him.
Yeah, him and Cameron Young had a couple top 10 finishes last week. Sam Burns tied for 13th at the Pro Core.
I like Sam.
Yeah, putting amazing. One of the best putters in the world, Charlie. What can the viewer take away from his putting, and what makes him one of the best?
To me, he looks really natural. I mean, he doesn't do anything specific that you can, but it looks very simple, and he just, I call him, you gotta wanna make that putt, and he wants to make every putt he hits, and he looks relaxed and once again, but he hadn't won anything yet, so we got to get him in the winner's circle. So hopefully during the Ryder Cup he'll be able to be a good putter for his partner.
He's good friends with Sam Burns, but Russell Henley had a lot of success with Scotty Scheffler. I'm saying Burns and Scheffler, very good friends. They played a little bit together in 2023, but then we saw at the 25 President's Cup last year that Scheffler and Henley made a really good pairing. So Keegan Bradley, his work cut out as far as these pairings, Charlie. I mean, what goes into that?
It's just hours and hours of studying, and Paul Azinger, when he was captain, he created a new way to approach pairing people together, personalities, and so on and so forth. So they've done a lot of study, maybe too much, but they're much more prepared. You just don't put friends together because they're friends. You put one can accent the other's golf swing. If guy's a good driver, the other guy's a good iron player. Try to match that up. And
that can be tough to juggle, Charlie, with a little bit more of the individual approach of the Americans compared to Europe. Now, it seems like the European team, they're all together as one. Whereas
there's a lot to be said about, but our guys.
You got Morikawa off in an island.
Yeah, Morikawa, he's hurting because he's not winning, and so his personality is not what it should be. But our guys are still nice to each other, and they're friends, and they're big. They're not bigger than the game, and so I think we're going to win pretty easily.
Go USA, go America. But as far as Team Europe and how they did at Wentworth last week, we told you Noren was the winner. That the rest of their team played beautifully at Wentworth there as well. Victor Hovland, Tyrrell Hatton, and Matt Fitzpatrick all tied for 5th. John Rahm finished 13th, and Rory McIlroy and Ludwig Oberg both finished in the top 20. So we're in for a movie next week. I mean, it's a demanding Tillinghast masterpiece. Charlie, brutal rough, long par fours, New York's fiery crowds. How does a course as punishing as Bethpage intensify the mental side of Sunday singles and really just the whole competition as a whole?
Well, that's the Ryder Cup.
Yeah,
that's the Ryder Cup, and all the players. That's probably one thing. If they're not playing in it, they watch it, and they see the different approach to the game of golf, and they want to be part of it, and so they work hard to get the attention of the captain, but. It's a unique sporting event, and it's got them, captured the imagination of the American golf public.
Last question for you before we go to break. In December of 2024, PGA of America announced they would start paying U.S. Ryder Cup players. This year, each American player is going to receive $500,000. $300K of it will go to charity, and $200K will be kept for themselves, or they could donate that as well. Tom Watson spoke to golf.com this week, the great Tom Watson. He said that they were given some money for charity back in the day, but these guys should just predominantly be playing for their country and their teammates. Your thoughts on that, Charlie?
I agree. I think the stipend is okay. Is it $500,000? I'm not sure. And the players, share that with their charities, so it does a lot of good there. I know in the President's Cup, Angel Cabrera, he received his stipend from the President's Cup, and he built a nice clinic for his people in Argentina that couldn't afford to go to the hospital because they didn't have a car.
Yeah.
And so these golf tournaments, the Ryder Cup, the President's Cup, do a lot of good for the community.
Yeah, even week-to-week PGA Tour events, Charlie.
Yeah.
Just amazing. There's no other sport that's doing more for communities than golf. Not even close. Not even close from a charitable aspect. We got to take a quick break. Before that, we hear from our friends at the Texas Golf Hall of Fame.
Mike Booker, chairman of the Texas Golf Hall of Fame and holder of a record number of Texas Golf Association championships.
The Texas Golf Hall of Fame is the foundation of golf in our great state. So many great individuals, Ben Hogan, Byron Nelson, Kathy Whitworth, Ben Crenshaw, and many others, lead the way in making golf in Texas known around the world. Now you can experience the history of Texas golf digitally at texasgolfhof.org and share with your family and friends. See you on the course.
The Charlie Epps Golf Hour, powered by Insperity, continues
On ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
from the Veritex Community Bank Studios. Here's Will Doctor and Charlie Epps.
All right, great batch of listener emails coming in this week for Charlie. Let's dive in. First up, Cal writes, Charlie, I'm really looking forward to your book, The Journeyman. As you reflect on your long career while writing it, what lessons or truth about golf or life what truths about golf or life surprised you as you look back on your journey?
Well, the hard thing that people have to do is they can't have fun. They all get mad at every bad shot. And when you're a golfer, you're going to hit more bad shots than good shots. So you've got to have a mindset that handles disappointment, and that golf is a challenging game, and especially if you learn it not the right way at first, then you got to learn the fundamentals of the game, and most people haven't taking enough lessons from golf professionals, and today, the PGA of America, we've got 39,000 members all over the country teaching the game, men and women, for the juniors. One reason why golf has gotten so popular is that the PGA of America, our programs are promoting the game of golf.
Yeah.
Through instruction.
STPGA.
And the junior, the AJGA and so on and so forth.
Junior Reach with STPGA.
That's right. So there's a lot of ways to to get instruction. So call your local PGA pro. The Southern Texas PGA can lead you. You can go to their website and get instruction, because golf is a type of game that you got to learn the fundamentals of the game to be able to grow your game.
So when you were going back with Mark Button, who's writing your book, was there a lesson that you look back on that changed your life? Or a truth, something you found out that just combed your professionalism?
See, I was a head pro at Houston Country Club, a great club, and it was wonderful. But I part of my responsibilities were teaching, and I wanted to expand my horizon. So I went to work for Golf Digest and worked with the top teachers. And the top teachers of the PGA, like Jim Flick, like Bob Toski, Dick Harmon, they study the game, and so they helped me understand a lot of things about the game that I did not know.
So that was a big leap. From Houston
leap.
Country Club, where you were for 20 years. Membership loves you. Membership worships you. But you understood that there was a next step for teaching.
Sure, and I ended up having a student named Angel Cabrera that won the Masters and the U.S. Open. My daughter Mimi won the city championship here in Houston and won the state amateur. And now my other daughter Nona, she's a member at a club that she's won the club championship 6 times, and now her generation, her children are all golfers, and the oldest one is at TCU playing collegiate golf on a nice scholarship. So the game of golf in so many ways has helped our family grow and have fun.
Great work there, Charlie.
Her wedding was behind the 18th green at Pebble Beach.
Unbelievable. And you said Charlie Wiley, he's playing on TCU's golf team, and Ben's on the way.
Ben is on the way. He's playing at Memorial High School, and
well done. That's not an easy tryout.
No.
With 50 to 75 kids there looking to make a 10-man team.
That's right. And then he gets mononucleosis and gets sick.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I had that.
But he's coming back. He's making a comeback.
All right. Hector wants to know, we're seeing younger champions with incredible power and athleticism. Sounds like Charlie Wiley. What's your take on distance debate?
Well, I was, my idol was Jack Nicklaus, and his philosophy was hit it as hard as you can and go find it first. Learn how to swing at the golf club and have speed. Don't ginger it. And so practice distance. You got to make a healthy swing.
Yeah.
You got to. It's today we know that 100-mile-an-hour clubhead speed's not fast enough.
Yeah.
And you got techniques that you can work out in the gym and get better fit, and the hands, wrists, and arms will function better and create that speed so you can really hit good golf shots.
Do you subscribe that equipment or courses need to be adjusted with the change of distance?
Well, everything grows with success, and the engineers that make golf clubs and golf balls have found ways to make better equipment and better golf balls. So they've got to modify them a little. It's just like all of the cars that race at Indianapolis 500 all have the same pretty much restrictions. They can't have one car going 50 miles an hour faster than the other. So they control it with carburetors and so on and so forth. Here at the golf business, the golf ball is the determining factor how far it can go, and they can make them slow them down and that's just for the good people. The beginners and all that, they need all the distance they can. So, but they've got to hit the ball solid to create that 100-yard increments in distance control. So it's a fight.
There's still a lot of pieces beyond just driving it far off the tee, Charlie. A stat just came in yesterday talking about how Scotty Scheffler's average proximity from 50 to 100 yards this year was 13 and a half feet.
Yes.
That is, that's the money maker, isn't it, Charlie?
That's the golf ball. The golf ball is so trusting. He can hit it within plus or minus a yard. That is a big deal. And then the golf equipment, it has certain modifications that you can make the lie flatter or more upright. And everybody has a computer telling them, giving them more facts about what their golf club is doing. So it's a technical game at a professional level.
No doubt, Charlie. Here is Spence. Charlie, over your years as a coach, what is the single most important fundamental you believe every golfer, beginner or tour professional, must first master?
Well, playing golf, there's three things: a golf ball, a golf club, and a golf swing. The club does not swing itself. The golfer has to put his hands or her hands on the club efficiently to make the club go where it should go in the plane of the swing. And so it's understanding, that the golf swing is a circular motion. It's a swinging, motion. It's a ballet, if you will. If you see the ladies, you watch the ladies they don't have this brute strength that Scotty Scheffler has, and they can still hit it 280, 290 because they're very efficient. But the most important thing is the grip, how you place your hands on the grip every time. Scotty Scheffler shows us that. Nicklaus showed us that. So it's a grip test. Jimmy Burke, my good friend from Champions, always said, Charlie, the golf game is a grip test. How well you can put your hands on the putter, on the sand shot, and you got 5 or 6 basic positions that you've got to master to be able to hit different shots.
And they make these clubs, Charlie, that set your grip. We see Scheffler pull it out before every round. Every amateur should have one of those, shouldn't they?
2 of them.
Yeah.
I sell them.
Charlie, great listener questions today. Thanks for taking the time to share those insights. We'll take a quick break. On the other side, we'll talk about where is the season opener going to go. It's not going to be Kapalua. There's no water for Kapalua. We take a quick break. First, a 60-second spot from our friends at the Texas Golf Hall of Fame.
Mike Booker, chairman of the Texas Golf Hall of Fame and holder of a record number of Texas Golf Association championships.
The Texas Golf Hall of Fame is the foundation of golf in our great state. So many great individuals: Ben Hogan, Byron Nelson, Kathy Whitworth, Ben Crenshaw, Babe Zaharias, Tom Kite, and many more lead the way in making golf in Texas known around the world. Learn about the historic golf courses and the individuals that promoted the game through leadership, teaching, and passion. Texas and golf go hand in hand in the history of the game and camaraderie. Together we can honor the past, celebrate the present, and inspire future generations of Texas golfers. Golf is a sport for everyone, and I encourage you to experience the history of Texas golf digitally at texasgolfhof.org and share with your golf family and friends. That's texasgolfhof.org. See you on the course.
This is the Charlie Epps Golf Hour on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
Powered by Insperity.
Now from the Veritex Community Bank Studios, here's Will Doctor and the golf doctor himself, Charlie Epps.
What a movie unfolding at St. Nam in France right now. Open de France is live on Golf Channel right now, where Minwoo Lee won the Houston Open here at Memorial Park in the 2025 PGA Tour season. He's got a one-shot lead standing on hole 14 there in the third round. And you got a couple other Americans in the top five. Brooks Koepka is at 10 under, and Michael Kim is at 9 under. You mentioned a great point, Charlie. I asked you why Koepka is playing. He's not going to be at the Ryder Cup where he won the U.S. Open in 2019.
That's right. So he's feeling the sting of not having a PGA membership, because he gave that up when he signed with Liv. And so the only place he could play is on the European Tour,
where he's had a lot of success.
Yeah.
And you think he's pissed off and ready to roll?
Oh, as much as he loves the game, and how many majors did he win?
5.
5, real quick.
Yeah.
And now he can't even get in them.
Yeah. Well,
the PGA can.
Yeah, keep an eye on it over the next 24 hours. This morning coverage, Golf Channel, the French Open. I mean, it's class. It's not at Le National this year where they held the Olympics. Le National is getting redone, restored. It's had a great golf course in St. Nam, only about 6,800 yards off the tee. They've got these Christmas trees that line up the fairways. There's no OB or water.
Yeah.
But the branches on these trees, they go all the way down. So if you hit around them, you cannot even get a club on it. It's been great coverage. Charlie, you love Hawaii. PGA Tour has been forced to move its 2026 season opener away from Kapalua. Maui County is in the grip of a massive drought affecting more than 140,000 residents. And this has to do with the water delivery system that West Maui depends on that has been really poorly maintained. It's the Hanakua Stream Ditch, which carries water to the service area, from the service area to the plantation course. And that stream ditch has fallen into disrepair. The plantation course, Charlie, has not been watered since July 25th.
It's incredible that they let that happen. I don't understand that the resource is, here you're in the middle of the ocean, but all of that water is salt water, and the grass can't be watered with salt water because it'll burn it. And so I can't believe that they let this happen.
You've been there a number of times.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful.
Kapalua.
Yeah. You see all the whales, and, their playground is the ocean, and they're right there. But now this is a big concern.
It's a catastrophe, Charlie.
Yeah.
Farms are suffering.
Well, remember the last couple of years ago, the whole city burnt down. They didn't have water they had that horrible... what do you want to call it?
Everything
Fire.
burned. Yeah, everything burned except Oprah's house.
Is that right?
That's right. Very strange. No. Farms are suffering. Residents don't have running water. And plantation course is in deep trouble.
Yeah.
The tour is exploring other options for its 2026 opener, possibly elsewhere in Hawaii, maybe California, maybe Florida. But the Sony Open in Honolulu will still be played week 2. So Hawaii golf is not going away. It's just I've read a lot about this. It doesn't seem like an end is in sight. I saw pictures of the plantation course. It is brown, Charlie.
Brown.
And they did a video, and the head of agronomy is pulling dead grass out of the greens. There's still play on it because they have to, it's a big selling point for the community.
Well, that'll hurt the locals and their way to make a living.
Yeah, no doubt, Charlie. Very sad, very sad. Yeah, a couple tournaments to keep an eye on today. Obviously, the third round of the Open de France is wrapping up. Minwoo Lee, he's got a lead there. Very entertaining golf. Later on today, you'll have the Walmart NW Arkansas Championship going on the LPGA Tour. That'll be on Golf Channel. Do have an American, Sarah Schmelzel, out front at 8 under. Leona Maguire at 7 under. Great leaderboard there. Charlie, what else do you have here for us? What other updates can you give us as far as the Journeyman book? When do you forecast that's going to be released?
Well, that's a good question. I got a couple meetings with the publisher the next couple weeks, and I'll know more information. But it looks like we want to try to have it done out by February of next year.
Okay.
If we can get it before Christmas, we'll let everybody know, and they can put it on their, put it in their Christmas stocking.
Yeah. Well, we have a national audience here, Charlie. What is the process of getting it in the pro shops? Obviously, you have a large Rolodex that spans across this country.
Yeah, we're going to publicize it through the PGA of America and let all my fellow golf professionals know about it. And so it'll be a marketing program.
Yeah.
I've never done this before, but I'm having fun with it.
Why, it was due time.
Yeah.
What's been the most interesting part about this process, if you had
has
looking back been easy for you?
Yes. It's been incredible. I mean, I look at it now. I look at the whole book. We've got it in raw form, and I say, I did that. I was able to do this, and it's from Michigan to Argentina to California to Texas. I've been able to experience so much through because of my dad's work. He would work for a company that moved him around the country and around the world. But for me, the love of golf has just been magical of experiences and friends that I've made over the time.
You are revered in Argentina. Will you have a Spanish version of this book?
Well, we haven't investigated that yet, but I've got a couple friends. I'm going down to Argentina in October to see my friends and celebrate life, and we'll look into that.
So when you're down there, good golf, good food.
Yes, good wine.
Reminiscing.
Yes.
Is this the location you're visiting? Is that where the Kaiser factory was when your dad transferred there?
Yes, my wife and I we're flying into Buenos Aires. We're going to spend 4 days in the city. We're going to go to the opera.
Wow.
They got a great opera house there. Judy wants to do that. We're going to celebrate our 53rd wedding anniversary. 53 years.
Charlie. Congratulations,
yes,
Charlie.
Thank you very
Judy.
much. And
incredible. Charlie and Judy. This is why I love doing the show with you, Charlie.
That's
you don't meet any people these days that have been married for 53 years.
53 years. 53 years. So we've got a lot of things looking forward to it.
So you grew up there.
Yes.
So for an average listener who has not been down there, how much would you recommend it in the current situation of Argentina?
Argentina is a rich country in many different ways. It's geographically, it stretches, almost 4,000 miles from north to south. The Andes go down to the west side of the country. They have great skiing. They have vineyards. It's just hunting and fishing.
Yeah, bird hunting is that? I'm not a hunter, but that's big down there, isn't it?
Big, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, big killing.
How's the quality of steak right now, Charlie?
The quality of the meat it's a meat eating country, and they like their barbecues. They call them asados, and so it's worth a visit. South America is a lovely continent, and it has so many riches that people should enjoy.
We'll talk to you a couple more times before then. We'll see you next Saturday here on the Charlie Epps Golf Hour. Thank you, Ryan Morrow behind the ones and twos. Great job. Hello, John Belmer. Legend.
Is he here? What are you hiding back there, or are you just sleeping?
Everyone enjoy the Open de France. Fantastic coverage. Minwoo, Brooks Koepka, my guy Guido Migliozzi. 100-to-1 ticket on Guido from Tuesday, Charlie. So I'll be sweating that out tomorrow. You've got some LPGA coverage in Arkansas. Other than that, everyone enjoy the football weekend.